Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Gary Bettman Investments. In today's video, we got an important one for you. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin, and specifically, we're going to be looking at the levels that I talk about on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, first link down in the description. But yeah, the levels that we're looking at are basically just the main demand levels on the weekly and the monthly, and why the 12K demand zone, if it goes there, it'd be a no-brainer to buy. But at the same time, I still think the 17.5K to 19.5K demand is still very valid and could very well be the bottom for this cycle. But with that said, let's get into the video here. So right now I'm on the monthly chart, um, looking at the wave trend oscillator down here. Usually when we get the green dot and it crosses up, that's usually the bottom signal. Still waiting on that. Could very well come by the end of this month, but the main focus right now is looking at this level right here, the almost 11.8K to little under 10K, so around 19 or 9.9K. This, in my opinion, is the no. If you understand supply and demand, this is like the no-brainer zone to buy, in my opinion. Rally, base, rally, very aggressive move up. Will it come down here? Well, we'll have to see. Time will tell, but for me personally, I think we still hold the 17.5K. And based on previous cycles, I'll show you why that price doesn't always have to come down to this monthly zone here. Now, obviously, in the previous cycle, what did price do? It did come back to this demand zone, the rally, base, rally, came down here, based out, and then we saw it shoot up. The previous cycle before that, which happened in 2015, saw the same kind of setup, major basing here, and then a super big move up. Price actually never actually came back to this zone. So does just because I have this zone here, which is a major demand zone, doesn't necessarily mean price has to come back down. So that comes back to the accumulation. You need to have a plan on where you're going to buy or where you're going to accumulate more Bitcoin for the next cycle. Just because everyone's saying, oh, we're going to 10K, we're going to 10K, doesn't mean we're going to 10K. The bottom could very well be the 17.5K to 19.5K demand zone. Obviously, there's smaller demand zones between 12 and 17.5K, but these are technically the major zones that I'm looking at. Now on the weekly, mentioned here a while ago that here's the green dot. I actually decided to buy here, and it was down, and could have taken profits, decided not to because I'm still waiting for that 30K level to hit. Now we're noticing we had the red dot down here. Wasn't really concerned as long as price held the zone. We held the zone, and look, well, we had this weekly close very bullish candle. Could see a little bit of a pullback because this is on the weekly. Also notice that we have this trend line resistance here, so the possibility of rejecting there is possible. 23K is the area I'm looking out for right now, which is a smaller supply zone. But it's important to notice that each reversal, like here we have a double bottom, each reversal for Bitcoin started with a double bottom here. Now, obviously, does price have to go all the way back to all-time highs? No. But if we play by our rules of supply and demand, this one you would have bought here, and you would have sold up here at 56K. Double bottom here, you would have taken your entry here. You would have sold right around 47K from an entry of 37. Same thing here now. This is a valid demand zone. This was another valid demand zone. Double bottom, candle. Wavetrend oscillator is now with another green dot. Obviously, the week's not done yet, but we'll see what happens. But if the same thing plays out, you see multiple confirmations, there's a good chance we're going to see another move up to 30K. Will that happen this week? Probably not. Probably could happen this month. We'll see what happens with the ETH merge, how that goes. Especially if it goes well, it'll probably pull the whole market up. And then also looking at indices is if they continue to move up, we should see Bitcoin follow. But as long as the 17.5k to 19.5k holds, there's, in my opinion, there's no reason to think that we're going down to 12k area. Obviously, that can happen, but all I do is I play by the zones, play by the rules, and if you play by the rules, you should have less emotions when it comes to investing and trading. That's pretty much all I had today. Keep your eye on this area. I've mentioned it many times. I still believe it's crucial for Bitcoin to hold this area if you want to see upside potential. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.